Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about other altcoins. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys. I've got a little agenda if you look down below in the description, and I'll do my very best to get to your questions. So let's get this thing started. Hey, so hello and welcome everybody. I'm here with the rig and the setup. I got the lights working. The phone is screen sharing. The mic appears to be working. So the key lights are on. So I think we're all in good shape. It's been quite a week. We had one of those technical pullbacks, so to speak. We'll talk about that a little bit. And Bitcoin looks like it's up today. The entire market looks pretty good today. Nice little rebound. So let's jump over here and greet everybody that's here. Dan was here since this morning. Probably just had the laptop open on the kitchen countertop while he was going about his daily activities, I'm assuming. Thanks for being around, Dan. I appreciate it. Eric Nichols was here early. Mobile Android is here again. Thank you for coming once again. Barbara is here once again. Thank you so much. Wayne B is here. A bunch of people just jumped in. Kung Fu Cowboy, Richard Del Connor is here with a few questions. Buddy Love is here. Thanks for coming, buddy. Mr. David, welcome back, Mr. David. We've all missed you for the last few weeks. If you were here, maybe you were just lurking, but it's good to have you in the chat again. Ron Chan is here. Oh, a lot of people jumping in, so I better get started, right? Let's pop out chat and move it over here to the other side. I got a lot of stuff I want to do for you guys tonight. Been kind of interesting. What's been going on? Oh my gosh, this is not as what I want. Holy moly, come on now. Oh, pooies, why is it doing that to me? All right, let's, oh no. Chat, how could you? You're too big, chat, that's your problem. Okay, I guess I can do that. All right, that gets it. But it's like, generally I need it to where I can... Doggone it, chat. How you doing that to me? Anyway, maybe it's because there's a lot of people here. But anyway, let's jump right into the news. 3 reasons why Bitcoin's drop to 56.5K may have been the local bottom. It's looking more and more like it was. I mean, it just cracked 60. It's kind of been flirting with 60,000 all day. You know, I'm grateful that it's back over 60, right? Last week, we hit like 69,000, or the week before, was it? And then we had this precipitous drop in the market over the last several days, and only now bouncing back up. So this article talks about some of the technical indicators that why that was a short-term bottom, shall we say, or whether we can just define that as a, just a normal Bitcoin 20% pullback from its high. I have to say that whenever Bitcoin does pull back after recent highs, we get a lot of people, with these big statistics talking about, oh my gosh, it's pulled back 20%. That means it's a bear market and blah, 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 blah. But when you look at its all-time high, that all-time high of 69,000 was fairly brief. Within about, an 8-hour period, did it pop up to 69,000 and then all the way back down to 56.5. But most of that week, when it hit its all-time high, it was around 60, 5, 64, on average. So to compare that low price to its that brief all-time high is a little disingenuous in my book. But haters love to hate, and they love to use statistics So I might encourage you to read this entire article about some of the technical indicators why Bitcoin is not really in what we would call a bear market or what anyone else would call a bear market, right? Has to do with futures trading, derivatives trading, and all that kind of complicated stuff that I don't understand. I'm just a simple guy, I just buy and hold Bitcoin. What can I say, right? Okay, so we're in good shape. All right, let's go over to the next story here. Is this the one? Yeah, back-to-back all-time highs from Avalanche, ENJ, which is Engine Coin, which is involved in NFTs, and Elrond Gold. We could call this an alt season. We're seeing a lot of, all-time highs. Now, our big boys like Cardano and Solana are still a bit off their highs. Cardano has still not hit its all-time high that it hit back earlier in the year of around 3. But who's complaining, right? But we are seeing, mid-range altcoins hitting all-time highs again. And this is good news for the market in general, right? So this article goes into it in some detail about what happened. Avalanche has been on a tear over the last few days. And I have a theory. Whenever I buy a coin on my live stream, live for you guys, it tends to pop the next week, all right? So, wow, watch whatever I buy, right? I don't know. We just I remember a few weeks back or months back, I bought Solana and then it just went crazy. And then I bought some Avalanche last week. But mostly just as, I tend to try to buy the coins that people are wondering about, that are asking me about, right? So I'm just joking about that. I'm not an indicator of a bull run for any way or form. But it is funny. It's coincidental, right? And they had some sort of deal with some accounting firm. I can't remember what it is. I don't think it's mentioned in here. I apologize for this article. I didn't realize it was also pumping their Vortex system. I mean, if you guys want to do this Vortex thing, it's fine. It's some kind of, it's like a subscription-based service to their prediction system. And this used to be a really good Cointelegraph used to be a really good crypto news site, but they seem to be sort of self-promoting their Vortex system more than anything these days. I didn't realize it when I highlighted this article and included it in the links below, just because it mentioned, altcoin season. Now, I should also mention, too, that what was interesting about the pullback, which saw its lows, I guess Thursday, was that there were some very speculative coins that I had that were up that day, which was perplexing to me. We used to see in 2017 and 18 when Bitcoin was down, it drug everything down. It was like, if Bitcoin was down, then anybody holding crypto was like, I'm out of crypto. And they were selling, right? But this one was different, right? We had this pullback, and there were some coins that were up that day, way up. So very interesting market these days, right? Let's see. Let's go over to Binance Smart Chain surges to all-time high activity. Blockchain games are driving it. So the Binance Smart Chain, of course, is an alternate blockchain that is home to the Binance coin, BNB coin, which is doing rather well also, and is sort of owned by Binance. They claim that they don't have that much control over it, right? Because it's an independent blockchain, but it is very closely associated with Binance itself and the Binance Exchange. Binance Exchange is inaccessible Supposedly for people in the U.S., I guess if you want to jump through some hoops, you might be able to use it. But your trading is very limited on the regular Binance exchange if you have not been verified, and you cannot verify yourself if you're in the U.S. But you can use Binance US, which is an affiliate of Binance, but a separate company, right? Interface is very similar, but Binance US does not have all of the coins that you can buy on regular Binance. So I know a lot of you guys that watch my live stream are in other countries where you have full access to Binance, and I'm glad you do, right? But we don't here in the US. So anyway, a lot of activity on the Binance Smart Chain with big sites such as PancakeSwap, which we've done in the past, right? We've worked with Binance Smart Chain, we've worked in PancakeSwap, and we'll poke around there tonight. And so it's a pretty good article. Like I said, all these articles are linked in the description down below. This is a big story that broke last night. Jack Dorsey's white paper for their decentralized Bitcoin exchange, which is sponsored by Square, the company that Jack Dorsey is the CEO of. He's also the CEO of Twitter, if you're not aware of that. But they are building a decentralized Bitcoin exchange, which is quite interesting because right now there aren't too many of those, right? Bitcoin is one of those coins that generally you need to, it's easiest to buy on a centralized exchange. I guess there are ways you could do it, but there aren't very many mainstream decentralized exchanges that trade Bitcoin. Now you can trade Binance pegged Bitcoin on the Binance Smart Chain, and I'm sure the other chains like Polygon and Solana probably have like a pegged version of Bitcoin, but the actual Bitcoin runs on the Bitcoin blockchain, and so looks like Square is attempting to build a decentralized Bitcoin exchange that anyone can join. And I don't know if they're going to be, wanting KYC or whatever, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be pretty interesting. But big news for Bitcoin, right? And I wanted to talk about this story real quick. We hear a lot about hacks. People are very superstitious about hacks and hackers and computer viruses and things like that. I worked in the computer industry for many years, selling computers at an Apple authorized reseller, and people back then were very suspicious of computer viruses, and they had sort of magical thinking about them. But, it was mostly because they didn't quite understand computers. So, they hear the word computer virus and they think, maybe if they don't sanitize their keyboard that they're going to catch a computer virus or something like that. But they were. I mean, they were just kind of, and people are like that with crypto, as you should be very careful, hypersensitive, I guess. But, I've talked many times about how crypto scams work. And in general, most of them they're tricking you into giving up your 24 or 12 word recovery phrase for your personal wallets. But people can also get their cryptocurrency exchanges hacked, and this is what happened in this story. Now the teen was able to do a SIM swap attack. Now basically what happens in that sort of attack is that somehow the attacker has gained a good amount of information about his victim, right? Maybe he knows somehow has done like a phishing attack and has managed to get a hold of, say, the person's username and password of a particular exchange or more than one exchange or something. But the final piece of the puzzle that they need to actually pull this off and get logged in is that person's access to that person's phone number, right? So if a person is using their phone and their phone number as an SMS two-factor authentication for their cryptocurrency exchange, then what the hacker does is he knows enough about his victim to call up his phone carrier and pretend to be him and ask to do a reset and get a new SIM sent out. And after the attacker has accomplished this, then he can do this SIM attack, right? So it's a social engineering attack, right? It is calling up a phone carrier and impersonating someone enough to get their phone access to their phone account, right? Hey, I'm Rex, I lost my phone, and my grandmother's sick and I got to call her now, and they know all the right buttons to push to trick a phone rep in customer service to like doing this, right? So once this guy got the SIM card in his phone, he was able to impersonate the user on an exchange. And since he had his, he stuck he stuck the SIM in his phone, he was able to receive the two-factor authentication code on his phone in order to gain access to the cryptocurrency account, right? So the lesson here, and I've said this many times, you see me doing this very often, use an authenticator. Do not use SMS-based two-factor authentication. Now, your banks and a lot of, legacy financial systems don't even have support for Google Authenticator. So they sort of still use these SMS two factors. And they're okay, right, until someone steals your phone number and gains access to your codes, right? But no one can do that with an authenticator, right? So if we look down here at the very bottom of the article, the news underscores that it's best to avoid using two-factor authentication systems that rely on SMS to send you the one-time passcode. Instead, install an authenticator app, whether it's Google Authenticator or Authy or, a hardware two-factor. I can't remember the name of this little guy that I got over here. Anyway, hardware. I can't remember. I'm old. You know how it is. But yeah, you can use a hardware two-factor device as well, too. Those are very secure, too. But they suffer from, their own weaknesses. I mean, you can't lose the darn thing, right? At least with an authenticator app, you can back up your codes. All right, so we won't go too much into that story. The interesting thing about the story is the kid got caught because he used the crypto to purchase a very rare name on a gaming platform. And so, you got to be careful with Bitcoin, right? It's traceable. All right, let's see here. Bitcoin. Oh, and we got some FUD for you guys, right? Whenever Bitcoin's down, there's a lot of haters that like to jump. And, we've talked about these kind of articles before, and they get what they're after, right? They're after clicks, right? So they're going to get clicks from haters, right? Bitcoin haters are going to be like, ooh, Bitcoin's down. Yay, click. I'll read this article. And then people like me that are Bitcoin proponents see an article like this and go, what? Bitcoin's down, click, So, the FUD guys get what they want, which is clicks, right? So, but it's a very negative article about the drop, and not only, talking about how the drop, there are ominous signs. Ooh, ominous signs that Bitcoin could continue to drop, right? If it breaks 50, it could go even lower, It's all that stuff there. What happened to this article? I don't know what happened to it. Very sensitive support levels right now. I believe, namely, if the price of Bitcoin falls past 50, that would indicate negative cyclic attributes for Bitcoin price, meaning it could serve as an early signal that the digital currency is heading for a declining market. Right. I go into a lot of chat, and comment sections and stuff and read. There's a lot of Bitcoin bashers out there, and they're always saying it's going to go to zero. They've been saying it's going to go to zero since like 2017, as far as I've been around. It's not, right? And, you read a lot of negative articles about its volatility and that and this and that. But, if you bought Bitcoin at 20,000 in 2017, that is the peak of the bull market from 2017, you'd be in the green right now, right? So haters gonna hate. All right. All right. Oh, YubiKey. Thank you, Topher D. That's what I was talking about, YubiKey. All right. Got a lot of good stuff I want to do for you guys tonight. Thank you for joining as usual. I want to quickly, get rid of this. I want to quickly, just real quick, where is my, okay, here we go. Just direct your attention down to the description below where I've got my little itinerary of things that I want to do for you guys. This is not really an investment forum. And, I wanted to, talk about, I had a very nice email from someone that I helped out that I would like to talk a little bit real quick about. But then here's all the good stuff. If you're interested, affiliate links, if you use these links, it'll help me support me in my channel. So enough said about that. They're down there. Find them if you need them. And then also my email is in there if you need to shoot me an email after the live stream. If I don't get to your question, which it looks like that may happen tonight. There's a lot of people coming in fast and furious. And we've got all of these links to the news stories that I just covered. So, yeah, I helped someone out. And I'm just going to I don't want to reveal his identity, of course. I try to keep him. There's actually a couple of people that I talked to. Okay, yeah. Here it is, I think. Whoops, no, that's the follow-up. Let's see, here we go. I gotta find it, guys. I will find it. Oh, please. Maybe I won't be able to find it. Okay. Oh, God. Come on, Rex. You can do this. You're not... Let's try this. Whoops. Snicker. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, so a nice gentleman contacted me, and I helped him out with some Avalanche chain stuff. And I wanted to read what he wrote. He had an issue with sending some Avalanche to the wrong chain type wallet, and he sent me an email. And then he had tried to ask around on Reddit, and he said that he talked to this scammer who tried to finesse his way into asking if I had access to my seed phrase for my ledger so that he could help. I said, to hell with that. I will wait for Mr. Rex to answer my email, and I'm glad you came through in the clutch. He's talking to me. Okay. There's a lot of genuine guys. There's not a lot of genuine guys like you that don't mind spending time helping a complete stranger. You have my utmost respect, and I'm sure your family is proud to have you as their father/husband. I used to watch your videos back in the day from the last bull run, and you always stayed true to yourself and never had a moon boy vibe to you. You kept the perspective realistic, and you helped anyone who had any questions. While most other YouTubers were yapping about price predictions, you were the type to give a tutorial on how to use a ledger. I just wanted to thank you and let you know you make a tremendous impact in the crypto community. And that really meant a lot to me because I do try to avoid being a moon boy and giving out price predictions. I will help you guys out with like maybe coin evaluations, but my main thing is education and to help people that are trying to navigate their way through this whole crypto mess. And really, self-custody is the big thing, right? All right. So enough about that. Let's jump into, we're going to purchase a few coins first off, and I'm going to put them in a wallet. Now, I wanted to show you how easy it is to fund a Binance Smart Chain wallet with Binance Coin. So let's start off with that. Let's see here. Just want to see where I'm at. I will start with MetaMask. And I'm going to switch over to the Binance Smart Chain. Notice I've got all these networks configured for MetaMask. Right. And before I get too deep into it, I'd like to point out that this address right here, if you see it, it ends with a 864, right? And it starts with a 0x. It's very similar to an Ethereum address. In fact, it is an Ethereum address. And you'll notice that I can configure multiple networks in this one wallet, right? And they all have the same address. I don't know if you've noticed that, but they do, right? I'm in one wallet, but I can access multiple chains. If I go to Polygon, you'll notice that now Matic networks are showing. Matic is the native token of the Polygon network. So when I have my MetaMask confirmed, okay, thank you. When I have my MetaMask confirmed or configured for Polygon, it still has the same address as the Ethereum wallet. And then if we switch over to Binance Smart Chain, you'll see that it switches to BNB token, right? So, but it still has the same address. Now, what I've helped a couple of people with over the last couple of days was Avanache. And different cryptocurrency exchanges have different ways of withdrawing Avanache, right? Some exchanges will have you withdraw Avanache natively to the Avalanche C chain. And then other exchanges are on like I'm sorry, not the Avalanche C chain, the Avalanche X chain, right? I'm all messed up now. But what happens if you withdraw your Avalanche tokens to your Ethereum wallet, you won't see them, right? They may, the two users that I dealt with, they were expecting the Avalanche to show up as an ERC20 token in their Ethereum wallet, and it did not, right? And a couple of them, I think both of them were using a ledger, and they were looking for it in Ledger Live or in MyEther wallet. And I said, look, if you connect your ledger to MetaMask, then you can switch networks to find those tokens that you sent, right? So basically what they did was they sent some Matic tokens or Avalanche tokens to this address of their Ethereum wallet, but they didn't see it. But once we got the Avalanche chain network configured in MetaMask, they were able to actually find those tokens that they sent, right? I don't see any Avalanche in here. Is that? Oh, look at that. It says it's BNB, but it's Avalanche. I don't know why it's not showing up. I'm messing around. I'm flipping around too much. All right, let's go to Binance Smart Chain, BNB. the balance changed, right? All right, so we're going to go now. This is a Binance Smart Chain wallet. It uses the Binance Smart Chain, not the regular Binance chain. So we're going to go over to Binance US, right? Because we're in the US, right? We want to use Avalanche. We want to use Binance Smart Chain. We want to use Polygon. We want to do all this fun stuff. And one of the easiest tokens to sort of fund our wallets with is BNB coin. And we can buy it on Binance US. You can't buy BNB coin on Coinbase. I don't know why. I mean, it's a huge coin, but it's not listed on Coinbase for some reason. So you got to use Binance US. All right. So if you've got a Binance US account, I'm assuming you've figured out how to get money in there, right? Just connect your bank account do a wire transfer, ACH transfer, whatever. Get some US dollars in your Binance US account, right? Now we've done that, right? We've got some money in there. So what we want to do is buy BNB coin, right? So I can scroll down here and find, there's a little bit of BNB in there already, or we can just search for it, right? BNB. There's a lot of ways to get to the BNB interface, right? I'm not going to do buy, I'm going to do trade, right? Because I already have the money in my account. So I'm going to do a trade, and I'm going to choose the BNB US dollar pair, right? I'm just going to buy some BNB with my US dollar. It's the simplest of all transactions. I'm going to choose market so that it executes right away. I may not get the best deal, but that's what I do, right? I'm going to hit buy BNB. It's a market order. So if we go back over to our wallet, we'll see that we now have BNB in our wallet, right? Instead of US dollars. Now what we'd like to do is move this BNB over to our Binance Smart Chain wallet so that we can get going and have fun with all these other chains, right? No BNB on Coinbase, no. All right, so I'm going to do a withdraw. So I'm over here. Let's get that down there. So I'm over here, and I've got this address in my clipboard. Let's go back over here. Let's hit these three dots and do withdraw. Now here's where you need to pay attention. I want to put this BNB in a Binance Smart Chain wallet, right? So I'm going to need to do a little trick here. It's not really a trick, right? I just have to choose the correct network. So I'll hit BEP20. That's Binance Smart Chain. Now, when I withdraw this BNB, it's going to go into the right format for that wallet that I have, right? Let's paste in the address. That's the address of my Binance Smart Chain wallet that's configured in MetaMask, right? We'll hit preview. We'll hit confirm. I'm going to need my Google Authenticator code. So I'm going to pull that guy up here. All right, we'll hit done, and off it goes. Okay, they're going to send me an email, so I need to get that. It's like a two-step process when we go to the Binance US, right? There it is. There's their confirmation email. I've got to hit confirm withdrawal, and then it says that the order was submitted, right? So we can go back over to our wallet, and you can see there that I have 0 available and 0.33 on order. And then you can see if we just click right on BNB, you can see down here you've got the history. And then there's that pending withdrawal there, right? Now we can go over to our wallet. I'm just like, I don't know. Did we get it yet? I think we did. See, I wasn't even paying attention how much was in there. We should get some in shortly, right? So it probably should go. Well, I think we did. I can't know. See, that's what happens when I don't pay attention to what's on the screen. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the last one was a send. Okay. I think it came in, didn't it? Lord in heaven. Yeah, let's play around with it a little bit. I don't know. Did it come in or not? I don't remember. We'll just assume that it did, right? Okay, Binance US, after they switched CO, stopped showing my purchase prices, and so I have no way of knowing my unrealized gains, question mark. Any advice? You could use other, there it goes, there it is. You can use other portfolio trackers. I know a lot of people tend to use their exchanges as their portfolio trackers. I don't know how good the portfolio trackers are on exchanges. I use exchanges for trading pretty much exclusively. I track my portfolio in a separate app. Now, I do have to keep track on my own. Now, there are some great portfolio tracking software that you can use, like, let's see here. Whoops, I think it's in here. Yeah, this one here, CoinStats, is really good. You can link it to your exchanges and your wallets, and it will give you a better breakdown of your portfolio than just watching on the exchange. And I've mentioned many times that Ledger Live also has, a sort of portfolio tracker for your assets, which I'm not a big fan of either. So I guess my advice, if Binance US isn't showing you what you want to see, is maybe find another interface. Or, you can connect a site like CoinStats to your exchange, or you can manually get a portfolio tracker like Crypto Pro, the one I like to use on my phone, and you can just put in your the coins that you own and the amount that you own, and the price you bought it at, and that kind of thing. Might be better. Okay, so we got that. And let's see, what else were we gonna? I was gonna buy some on Coinbase Pro. I'll buy a little bit of Avalanche. Right. Let's go ahead and do that. First, we'll make a deposit. Let's just put $100 in here tonight. Let's not go crazy. Let's see. We'll use this guy. All right, I would like to deposit $100 worth of. Actually, that might not be enough. Let's put 200 in there. All right, so, and then it tells me I won't be able to withdraw for 7 days, but I already have more than 200 in here, so that will act as collateral, so that after we make this purchase, we should be able to go ahead and withdraw the coin that we buy with that cash, right? Let's buy some Avalanche. Oh, I guess I need to log back in here again. Let's get our code. Let's see, 182488. Hope I got that in time. Ooh, it's going red. Okay, I think I got it. All right, we did it. All right, so the money was in there. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's buy some Avalanche. Actually, was I going to buy Avalanche or something else? Let's check here. I think I was going to buy AVAX. I mean, Algorand, wasn't I? Let's check. Oh. All right, I've got to get these gone. I keep, there we go. Let's see. What were we going to do? AVA. Okay, we're going to buy AVAX. Okay, just wanted to stay true to myself. All right. AVAX US dollar, right? Because I just put in $200 worth. We're going to keep it at market. We'll do the max and we'll hit the place buy. And we should have it, right? So if we just go over to portfolio, we should have the Avalanche, right? Easy peasy, right? So you saw me do the BNB. Let's do the Avalanche. So we're going to go over here and we'll go to the Avalanche wallet. Now, this wallet is Ledger based, right? I have the Avalanche app on my device. So I'm going to see now that was, okay. All right. I already have the Avalanche app on my device. I'll just quit it real quick so you guys can see what's going on here. Now, when you are using an app with a third party, you need to be in the app. Now, I had someone that I was troubleshooting with a while back, and they did not realize they had to be in the app by hitting both buttons, right? They were like, well, I'm right on top of it. So yeah, you have to be on top of it and then hit both buttons, and then it tells you, hey, you're in the app, right? So now we'll hit Access Wallet, and I'm going to use my Ledger device, right? That's the whole idea here. Provide extended public key. So I need to scroll using my metal button until I get over to the word accept and hit both buttons. Each wallet is slightly different the way the interface works on the Ledger device. So you have to, kind of work on your feet, right? Let's hit the metal button till we get to accept, and then we'll hit both buttons at the same time. And that should export the public keys to this web interface so that I can access my Avalanche, right? Now I'm going to close that camera real quick. All right, so we want to deposit the Avalanche that we just bought on Coinbase in here. So let's go to Coinbase and let's do a withdrawal. And we'll choose to withdraw our Avalanche. And it's going to a Coinbase address. And then it wants an Avalanche address to withdraw to. Now, I'm going to try the X address. I thought that it worked with the X address. So let's try that. Let's copy that into our clipboard, right? There are 3 different ways to deal with Avalanche, right? This is the great Avalanche wallet, the wallet that the Avalanche guys created. I'm pretty sure. They've got the P chain, the C chain, which is the Ethereum Virtual Machine type address that has that format, right? But we're going to try the native X address, right? That's the Avalanche chain address format. Right, so let's try that. Did I grab it? Just want to make sure. Yeah, we grabbed it. Let's paste it in here and see what Coinbase thinks of that. It does not like that, right? So we need to use the C chain. So we'll go over here, and this time we'll choose the C chain of this wallet, and we'll copy this address into our clipboard. Let's go back over to Coinbase and see if it likes that address. Okay, it's happy, right? So there we go. Now, this is not an ERC20 address, right? This is the Avalanche C chain. So if you were trying to withdraw this into your Ethereum wallet, you wouldn't see it. It would only show up in an Avalanche configured wallet. Let's go ahead and do the max. Let's hit withdrawal. Let's put in our code for Coinbase. And I am using my Google Authenticator codes, right? Right? We want to use Google Authenticator for our 2-factor. All right, so it's started. Quickly, where were we? 67. Okay, there, it came in already, right? So now we're at 69.34. So, and that came in on the C chain. Notice there that there's an X balance and a C balance, right? That's how you manage these. Now, you can use this wallet to do cross-chain transfers. So, in other words, I could switch from my C chain, if I wanted to, source chain C over to X. And so let's say we want to do 4, right? Just for the heck of it. We'll confirm that. And we're going to need to confirm that on our device. All right, so when we hit this, now the device holds the private keys, right? So the device is actually signing these transactions, right? There it is, sign, export. I'm going to use my metal button to scroll through all of this stuff, and then I'll hit next, right? And then it's going to give me some more information that I need to scroll through until I get to next. Again, I'll hit both buttons, right? There's a fee. I'll hit next. Avalanche fees are very cheap, right? Let's hit accept again. Now, the interesting thing about these cross-chain transfers is it's going to happen again on the other side, if I'm not mistaken. There. All right. Now, the other side is coming. It's coming in on the other side. I need to sign that as well. Right? There, I'm going to hit next. I'll scroll through this stuff. I'll hit next again. And then we'll go over here to next. We'll pay our fees. Hit next. Both buttons. Finalize transaction. Both buttons again. And we're good. And now you'll notice that my X balance has gone up. Right? Most of the stuff that I've been doing is with the Avalanche C chain and MetaMask. So, but I'm just assuming you're probably better off having it on the X chain, the native chain. I should do some more research into that, right? All right. Now, what I wanted to play around with tonight was I'd like to fund a little purchase over on Avalanche. Now, there are a lot of ways to... I can use bridges to get my Ethereum-based tokens over into like Avalanche or Polygon and things like that, but it's expensive. So when you're moving between Ethereum chains and Avalanche or Polygon or anything like that, you're going to get hit with Ethereum fees, at least on one end of the conversion, right? So when you go to make the conversion, you're going to have to pay like hefty Ethereum fees. So what I wanted to do earlier was like, dude, I have some money I have some money over on the Binance Smart Chain, some coins, some value that I'd like to just transfer over into the Avalanche side so I can make some purchases. So I'd like to figure out a way to do that. So I stumbled upon this thing called AnySwap. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of that BNB that we purchased. Is about 0.3, right? First of all, we need to connect with our wallet. You'll notice there that I'm already connected. I don't know if there's any way to unconnect if you haven't done it. But I am connected to the Binance Smart Chain wallet, right? This one over here, MetaMask, right? And we're configured for Binance Smart Chain. But what I would like to do is I want to get my BNB that's on the Binance Smart Chain, and I want to move it over to BNB on the Avalanche chain, all right? So that I can buy some stuff on the Avalanche chain. I kind of defeated the purpose by moving a little stuff from Coinbase. But anyway, let's just assume that we didn't want to sell any of our Avalanche that we currently were holding, right? We just want to fund a little bit from our BNB that we have over on the Binance Smart Chain. All right, so let's do that. Let's go 0.3. And that's going to move from Binance Mainnet over to Avalanche Mainnet. And it'll still be BNB. It'll be Binance pegged Avalanche coin. All right, so we'll hit swap here. Right, and I don't need to worry about my ledger because this particular wallet isn't connected to my ledger. It's just MetaMask. Now you'll see it says pending up here. So there's a transaction pending in my MetaMask wallet. It doesn't take very long. Right, it says confirmed down there behind me. And then I should get there. Right, it says undefined, but it still works, right? I can click this link, and it goes over here, and it tells me, okay, so I went from Binance Smart Chain to Avalanche Mainnet with BNB, and I'm sending 0.03, and I will be receiving 3.3 when it's done, right? We can hit refresh here. It might happen pretty fast. Or not. It happens pretty fast. Whoops. Okay, that's done, right? We're good there. Let's refresh one more time. It says a couple minutes. I don't remember. I was doing it earlier. It happened a lot faster than I expected. But I think it said several minutes, like 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. All right, so let's see what we got here. So JDO is here. Thank you for being here, JDO. Thank you for being here, Dan. You guys are dealing with a lot of people probably that are like asking questions left and right. Miss Scott Lee is here. Welcome, Scott Lee. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Yeah, I got this window way too big. Rewind your live stream, Rex. Okay. All right. Funny too, someone commented on a video that I did in, let me see if I can find that. Anyway, somebody made a comment on a video I did on how to like purchase Ethereum on crypto.com and store, you know, on a ledger. And in that particular video, Ethereum was $600 at that time. It's interesting stuff, right? Let's refresh this and see what happens. Not quite. Let's see. Is there a way to send assets off ETH chain to Binance Smart Chain without selling them and just transferring the ETH? Yeah. There's, I don't know about Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. I'm not too sure about that. Let's see. Oh yeah, here you go. You can use AnySwap to do that. Right. But the reason I'm avoiding converting from the Ethereum chain, whoops, I can't do that right now. I'm not. I'd have to be in MetaMask to do it. But yeah, if you had some assets on the Ethereum chain and you wanted to swap those over to Binance Smart Chain, you could use AnySwap to do that. There was another thing called Binance Bridge that I think I demoed a few times, but Binance Bridge is going bye-bye on the 25th. I'm not sure why. I know that it was possible to use Binance Bridge to do like cross-chain transfers between like the Ethereum network and the Bitcoin network, right? Well, not Ethereum. But you could, right? You could like Binance, let's do Ethereum, right? So I could take Ethereum on the Ethereum network and convert it to Binance pegged Ethereum using Binance Bridge, but Binance Bridge is going bye-bye on the 25th, which is like next week, right? I don't know why they're doing that. Probably has something to do with the fact that you can do it on Binance US now, right? You really don't need Binance Bridge to do your conversions anymore because Binance US will allow you to convert, right? So, for example, if you're in Binance US, let's do this. Let's close this thing. That's just kind of getting in the way. And I have some Ethereum here. I could withdraw the Ethereum to a Binance Smart Chain address, right? So that's the easiest way to convert Ethereum. If you have Ethereum, you can drop it in your Binance US account and then withdraw it to a Binance Smart Chain wallet like this, right? You have to remember, if you're holding something in your wallet, there's nothing really stopping you from dropping that into an exchange for, you know, the purpose of conversion or whatever, right? There might be some small tax implications. But when you're just like dropping something into an exchange and then immediately trading it, there's not a huge price difference. So remember, you're getting taxed on the profit or loss of a trade. So if I drop Ethereum in and I make that trade and it's pretty much the same price it was when I bought it, it's not a huge tax implication. But don't take my tax advice. I'm just a guy playing around with cryptos, right? If you really want to track all of your tax implications, then you should use CoinTracker or bitcointax.com or something like that, and connect it to all of your wallets and your exchanges, right? But in general, when you transfer something, it's not a tax implication, right? Just moving crypto from one place to another is not taxable, right? So withdrawing it from an exchange to a wallet, or depositing it in an exchange and then converting it to Binance pegged might, be considered a trade, right? But that was the question, right? How do I convert Ethereum to Binance Smart Chain? You can do it, right? Let's go back over here and see if we can find this thing. Is it ever going to be done? Did I get rid of that thing already? Probably. And I lost track of what I was doing. I probably closed that window. Where was that? Where was I? Yeah, I think I lost that. I don't know, dude. No, I did. Anyway, let's go over to our Binance wallet. Whoops, sorry. Okay, we're in MetaMask. Let's switch over to the Avalanche, right? Because we went from, now it's saying AVAX, that's good. And there's that BNB, it came in, right? It doesn't really show the history of it, but I just happen to know there was 0.3 in there earlier, and now I just threw some more in. I'm sorry I closed that window that we had going that kind of showed me where we were. I don't remember what happened to it. It's gone now, but I had a window open that had that conversion going on, and I lost it. Oh, there it is. Pardon me. Right, see? Now it says I sent 0.3 and then I received 0.3. I got it, right? And we can see it in the Binance, in the MetaMask wallet over on the Avalanche side, right? So this is an Avalanche chain-based wallet, but I've got 0.6 BNB in there. That's not regular BNB anymore. It's Avalanche pegged. It's Binance pegged Avalanche type coin, right? I know it's complicated, right? But it's the same value of the BNB. So let's go to Trader Joe's, right? Trader Joe's is a good DeFi site where you can trade on the Avalanche platform, right? And let's buy us some Joe, right? We talked about Joe, I think, a couple weeks back. Let's get this BNB, right? There's that BNB. Oh, we are in Avalanche. We've got configured the Avalanche network in our MetaMask, right? And we'll switch over to Joe here, wherever he is. There he is. Joe is the native token of the this Joe's Trader, Trader Joe, right? Let's use 0.3, right? This is the value that I knew that I had in Binance US, right? I had $200, whatever it was. I used it to buy BNB. That was not taxable, right? It doesn't cost you, it's not taxable when you just buy crypto with US dollar, right? Then I moved the BNB off of the exchange into my Binance Smart Chain wallet. Then I converted it from Binance Chain over to Avalanche Chain because I needed some money on the Avalanche Chain, but I didn't want to have to convert from Ethereum, right? I might have been able to buy Avalanche on Binance US, right? I just want to show you how cross-chain transfers work, right? Let's go ahead and do the swap. That's going to give us 24 Joe, right? We'll let that go through there. All right, that was confirmed. That happened pretty quick. So now we're proud owners of 43 Joe. Now, we've got our wallet connected to this site where there's a lot of cool stuff we can do on this decentralized website or decentralized exchange, right? So first of all, I can farm, and if it comes up right, I'm farming the Joe Avalanche liquidity pair. So you can see I harvested midweek. So we set this last week. I was going to wait a full week, but I got impatient. I pulled some out. But as you can see, over the last like 3 or 4 days, I have earned 0.63 Joe, which is about $2.64 worth of Joe, and about $1 worth of AVAX. All right, let's go ahead and harvest that. We'll sign that in MetaMask. And I get that cool little sound, which took me by surprise last week. I was like, what is that? Thoughts on MetaMask added some kind of 2FA system or some kind of timeout feature for added security. I'll look into that. I don't know that there's a two-factor in MetaMask. Might be helpful, though. All right, so I harvested that, so we should be like down to 0 on both of those. Oh, it actually takes it a minute to actually kind of catch up. All right, there. Yeah, see, now we're back down to 0 there. So that liquidity pool, remember, when you stake in a liquidity pool, it's going to be a pair. It's going to be an equal amount of 2 coins, right? And you have to be on the lookout for impermanent loss. Whereas if one of the coin takes off and the other one doesn't, then it might have been better for you to just hold that one coin that was mooning, right? But in this case, both AVX and Joe have been going up, right? So I'm not too worried about impermanent loss. It seems to be okay because I know both of these are on the rise, right? But if one is going down and the other one's going up, then we can run into issues. All of this is risky, right? There's all kinds of risk involved in this, right? So don't think it's like, set and forget. But let's look at something a little less risky, which is the staking. This is a single coin stake, so I don't really have to worry about impermanent loss. What I do need to worry about is the coin that I'm staking losing value, right? Because my money's going to be gone. But I'm not really too worried about it affecting my earnings, but it will affect the value of my earnings, right? So if I'm staking a coin like Joe, and I'm earning lots of Joe, and that's great, and the price of Joe tanks, then all of that value that I earned, right? If I'm thinking in terms of dollars, oh yeah, I was making $100 a week, and then all of a sudden the price of Joe tanks, well, then I don't have access to that $100 a week, right? It's now worth a lot less. But in today's case, we're okay because Joe is okay, right? The price of Joe. Now, remember, we bought some Joe, right? And then we harvested a little Joe, right? So all of that transfer and that harvest are part of this total right here. I can stake some more Joe in this pool. We'll hit stake. So my Joe is earning interest, so to speak. Give it a minute. The stake time, no worries, yeah. Okay, so that confirmed. And did it update over here? I think it did. I think it updated here, but not here. Oh, yeah, it should show that there's 0 Joe and that there's more over here. Yeah, that's what it should look like. Speaking of time, let's check our old friend time, right? So that's also on the Avalanche chain. And notice that I'm still staking time over here and that the APY has gone up. You remember we were talking about that 55,000% seemed insane. Well, now it's at 93 right? And how much is that time worth? You guys, we checked in last week. Let's see, where is time right now? Oh, time's down a bit, 91, but that's still higher than what I bought it at, right? So our time that we've been staking is worth like 1,300, right? So as you know, and here the same rule applies. We're earning a lot of time really fast, right? The APY is really high in Wonderland. Wonderland is kind of the money that goes into it is being put into other assets, and that's why they give you such a high APY. I don't know everything about it, but I do just know that it's insane right now. But it's risky, right? So don't put money in here that don't mortgage your house to throw money into this, right? It's not prudent. We just put some play money in here, and now we're just kind of watching it grow. In fact, I think we cashed out. I think we're just playing with the house's money at this point, right? I think we pulled out about 1,000 already, right, from our original investment. I think we started this like a month or two ago, right? But here we go. We're earning, and the price of Wonderland is higher than where it was when I started, right? And if you remember, the all-time high was around 10, and it's pulled back some from that. And it was down this last week, right? But now it's back up again. So go figure. All right, so we got that going for us. And let's see, what else are we going to do? Cash out from Binance Smart Chain using crypto.com. All right, so, oh yeah, I noticed that this was kind of cool. That if let's switch back over, let's get rid of these Avalanche. There's this Tractor Joe thing. I bought a little Tractor Joe. It's just a coin that you can buy on the Avalanche chain in Trader Joe. And it has something to do with you buy it and then they burn Joe. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, let's get rid of that. Let's flip back over to Binance Smart Chain. All right. Now, I have some assets on here that I'd like to sell, and I want cash now, right? How do I cash out from a Binance Smart Chain wallet? Well, I could trade it for BNB and then move it back to Binance US, right? If I want to do that. But there's a quicker way. Let's say that I needed the cash today. Not tomorrow, not 3 to 5 business days. I wanted cash in my hand today, right? Well, let's use crypto.com for that one, right? So what I want to do is I have some assets here. Let's use this Alice, right? I got some Alice, and then there was something else I wanted to maybe sell. Can't remember what it was, of course, at the moment. Oh, the stars. Okay. All right. So let's go to PancakeSwap. All right. We'll start with the Alice. Let's give this a minute. Hopefully it's going to connect for us. Sometimes, man, it still says loading. Sometimes you just need to kind of flip between wallets. It's not cooperating with me right now for some reason. That's unfortunate. All right, I'm going to switch between networks and see if that will kickstart this thing. And I'm going to close this. Let's try that again. See if we can. What I'm trying to do is get my BNB balance to load, right? Let's hit Connect Wallet. Let's choose MetaMask. It's not going to do it because I need to switch networks. Okay, let's do that. Let's try it again. Okay, still loading. I don't know if it's ever going to work. All right. We did Wonderland. Yeah. Joe's up 30% today. Well, that's good. So we bought some Joe. Man, why won't this load? It's really, every time I have company, it just doesn't behave for me. Wanted to say thank you for all your videos. You've helped me and my dad understand Ledger more and how to stake coins. Huge thanks. Cool. You know what? I don't know why it's just not cooperating with me. Maybe PancakeSwap is... I don't know. Maybe it's like... maybe it's like really busy right now. Maybe that's what it is. Let's try this out. Let's go ahead and just line up this trade the way I want it to go, if we can. All right. Yeah, it's just perpetually loading. It's just not going to help. It's not going to cooperate. That's okay. We'll move on to something else. I had bought some Algorand, and I would like to withdraw that into an Algorand wallet. So let's try Ledger Live for that. We can still... Oh, and notice they've got their new logo here. All right, so you always want to make sure you've got the latest version of Ledger Live running. You can check over here in About. We're on 2.35.1 today, but they're always updating it. And usually when you're in Portfolio, you'll see a banner that tells you need to update Ledger Live. And then you'll also want to make sure that when you go over to Manager, that you're running the latest firmware. Right, I've got my device here. It wants me to connect. And is it going to? Yeah, it's going to. I'll go ahead and show you guys what's happening on the device, right? It's asking me to allow the Ledger Manager, so I need to hit both buttons for that. All right, and there we go. Now, the latest version of the... Let's move this out of the way here. The latest version of the firmware is 2.0 for Ledger Nano X. As you can see, it tells me that my firmware is up to date. There are no app updates, so I'm good, right? Now, I had someone that asked me for help, and I guess what happened was they were trying to update their firmware, something glitched, and they couldn't get their device to work, or the device froze or something. And so we tried everything. They couldn't get through to Ledger. And I said, look, just buy another device and you can do a restore. And so they did. And then they said, when I get the device, should I update the firmware? And I'm kind of like, yeah, you should always keep the firmware up to date, right? It's unfortunate that sometimes when you're in the middle of the firmware update that the device glitches out and bricks or whatever it does, right? It's rare, but it does happen, right? And so now this guy, he's afraid to update his firmware now because he just had to like replace his unit. He got this unit. I think he was like, oh my God, it's going to take 3 weeks. And I said, you know, you can buy them on Best Buy or Amazon. Just make sure they're new or whatever. So anyway, yeah, you need to keep your firmware up to date, unfortunately. It's not a good idea to kind of limp along with out-of-date firmware. It's going to bite you in the end, right? So yeah, keep everything up to date. Now, so let's do Algorand. There it is, G, right? Algorand, right? I want to I want to get my Algorand wallet set up because over on crypto.com, whoops, I bought some Algorand, right? Hey, there we go. We're over 60 still. That's good. Notice I have some Algorand in my wallet. I would like to store this self-custody in my own wallet. This is just my crypto.com account. This is not a self-custody wallet. They're holding that crypto on my behalf, right? I want to put this in my own wallet. There's nothing wrong with it being on crypto.com, but I generally like to store my cryptos in my own wallet, right? So let's install the Algorand app. I'm going to turn this on real quick so you guys can see what happens on the screen when we do that. We'll hit install. Watch it. Should start. It should say processing. There it goes. Boomity boomity boom. It's good stuff. And there we go. Now we have the Algorand app on our device. Now we can go over to accounts. Now there's a two-step process here. I install the app on the device so that the device can manage the Algorand wallet, right? The most important part of the wallet is in the device, right? But I also want to do some managing, and I need tools to do that, right? So I'm going to use Ledger Live to manage my Algorand. So I'm going to hit Add Account. This is the second step, right? I need to get Algorand support in my Ledger Live. So I'll hit Algorand. I'll hit Continue. And it says, hey, open the Algorand app, right? Because you're playing with an Algorand wallet. So we'll hit both buttons there. All right, it's telling me to connect the device. Now, I've never had Algorand on this before, so it doesn't detect any previous Algorand wallets. So there it is. It just says, well, there you go. Let's start a brand new wallet. We'll hit Add Account. We'll hit Done. And then we can go down here, and there we go. We got an empty Algorand wallet, right? So I would like to put some Algorand in this wallet. Let's turn this off. So we'll do that using my crypto.com account. All right, here's my crypto.com account. There's the Algorand. Oh, looks like I've got another bonus from crypto.com. So I'm going to go ahead and sell that CRO for Algorand. Hit confirm there. So you earn a lot on using the crypto.com app. If you use their MCO Visa card, if you're staking CRO, you're going to be earning CRO bonuses. And then, as you can see, it's very simple to sell them for other cryptos. Just easy peasy, right? So what I want to do is I want to take this Algorand and I want to transfer it to my own wallet, right? So I'm going to withdraw to an external wallet, and I need to whitelist that address. So what address? Well, the address of my Ledger-based wallet. So I'll click Receive here, and then I'll choose Continue. And I guess we can go ahead with the confirmation on the device. You guys can take a look at that too. It's just confirming the device with the account. But, you know, we just set up the account. We know it's the same device. But just to double check, we can eyeball to make sure those two addresses match. We'll hit Approve. Before I hit Approve, I'm going to hit Show QR Code. I think I can approve now without that thing disappearing. No, I can't. All right, we'll try again. Let's try that again. God, I hate when it does that. I don't know why it does that. Anyway, we're going to do Show QR Code. Right? And we're going to take our crypto.com. We're going to take our phone. We're going to hit Add Wallet Address. And I'm going to choose the little QR code token down there. We'll just scan that. There's the address. We'll call this one Ledger. X. We'll hit continue. It wants my two-factor for Crypto.com. Notice I'm doing two-factor with the same device, right? So I just flip over to Google. I get my Crypto.com code and flip back and hit paste, right? So, all right, there's my algo address, right, for my ledger. Now, it's the first time I've ever done this. I don't want to like risk, a bunch of algo if I'm not sure, right? So we always do a small test transaction just to make sure. Now, it might cost us a little extra in fees, right? But it's worth it, right? I'm going to pay double fees because I'm going to do two transactions. I'm going to do one test and then I'll do the rest, right? So instead of $50, instead of 100, let's do $50 worth of algo, right? 27.2. We'll hit withdraw. All right, there's the address. I can still eyeball it, right? I can look on my phone and look on my screen and see that's the address I want. 0.5 algo, not great. Those are the breaks, right? All right, let's put in that code again. I'm going to let this expire because it's pretty close. All right, and then we'll tap, slide back over, and we'll tap and paste. And there we go. And should say that it's withdrawn. And there we go. Good job. Okay. All right, now we'll just keep an eye on this over here. We'll continue there. We'll hit done. Let's see how long it takes. Might be fast. It might be not too long. Okay, while we're waiting on that, let's quickly, what was it, 0.5 Algorand? How much is Algorand? Oops. Oh, it's cheap. Okay, so 0.5 Algorand was like $1. I'm not too worried about that. That was the fee they charged, right? Let's see. Did I get my... oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So we got it, right? So now that we've confirmed that the address is correct, the transfer worked just fine, let's go ahead and just get the rest of it out, right? Let's hit transfer, withdraw, external wallet, withdraw algo. There's my whitelisted address. I don't have to whitelist it twice. I'll just do the max, right? Keep our fingers crossed. Hit withdraw. All right. Another 0.5 algo. So it ended up costing me a whole algo. I got to look at this. Right. But it was worth it to make sure we were going to get this done correctly. Right. You don't want to throw the whole mother load into a transaction if you're not sure if it's going to get to the other side or not. I've heard a lot of sad stories about people that transferred large amounts. And, like the Avalanche stories of people that were transferring Avalanche to their Ethereum wallets and then it wasn't showing up because it's not Ethereum based at all. It's EVM chain, right? So it has to be in an Avalanche configured wallet. All right. Well, there we go. Now we can just hang out, wait for that stuff to show up over here. CRO to the moon. Yeah, CRO is doing great, right? It's almost a shame to sell it. But, it's great. It's good stuff. My Nano X is still version 1.3.0 with no update button, ? Because your retribution, your firmware version is too old. So what happens is if you don't update your firmware on a regular basis, you're going to get too far behind and that you won't have the option of updating it anymore, if I'm not mistaken. I think 1.3 is too far behind. I thought 1.3 was okay. But maybe not. Maybe it has to be like 1.4 or whatever in order to be eligible for the upgrade to 2. But that is why you need to keep your firmware updated. If you leave your ledger in a drawer for several years and then just pull it out, your firmware won't be up to date. Now, that might be okay. Like if it's a Bitcoin or Ethereum, it probably will still function, right? But some coins, it won't work at all unless you've got the firmware updated all the way. So, it's just like any gadget, right? You need to keep it updated. Like your phone, you have to run updates on your phone so that it has all the latest features. You have to keep Windows updated. It's just a fact of life in today's society, right? Where is the rest of my Algorand? That's where you boom, bam, there it is. All right, so it's there, right? Safe and sound in my own wallet, right? Just where I want it, right? So I don't have to worry about anything when it's in my wallet, right? And it's hardware based, right? So someone has to push these buttons in order to access this crypto, right? So no one can scam me out of this crypto, with malware or whatever. But as I mentioned earlier, the most of the scams involves people asking you for your 24-word recovery phrase. Don't ever give that out. Oh, that's good, buddy. Your CRO. It's good stuff. Glad to hear that. Firmware being too old, he is the only thing I did not think of. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, 1.3 might be too old to update. It's possible. You could always try it on a different computer just to see. It could be environmental issue with your computer. So you could go to a different computer, just ask a friend, install Ledger Live, connect your device, go to manager, and if it has, update firmware, you can update your firmware without having to add accounts or do anything. Your friend won't see anything about your crypto, right? And then you can uninstall Ledger Live when you're done. Yep. All right, so we're in good shape there. Let's go back over here to PancakeSwap. Okay, finally, PancakeSwap has synced up, and I can see my Alice balance, right? Let's see, how much is that worth? All right, it's worth about $800, but I don't need $800, right? I just need about 200. So I'm going to adjust to $200. That's only 10 of my Alice. Let's go ahead and swap it. The reason I'm using Binance US is two. One is that it gives me a dollar value that I can wrap my head around, right? And the other one is you'll see that I can deposit Binance US dollar in my Crypto.com account, of all places. So that's pretty cool. So I shaved a little off of my Alice holdings. I got another one called Stars that I'm willing to sell. If I can find it here. Maybe it's up at the top. Where is my Stars? What's Stars? Oops, where'd they go? Thought they were there. Okay. I'm pretty sure I had some stars in there. Because I saw them earlier. So what to do? Okay, so the mogul stars are not showing up. Where were they? Yeah, there they are. So let's go over here. Let's go to stars. Mogul stars. All right, it's up today. So we're going to sell a little bit. Now, but I don't see it in my Binance, or I'm in my PancakeSwap trade interface. So let's click on these three dots to get the Binance Smart Chain contract address of these mogul stars. Let's go back over here. And this time I'm going to look for them and paste in the contract address. There it is, stars, right? I'll import those. You have to be careful what you're importing, but I did take it from CoinGecko, so I'm pretty sure. And also, I have a balance, right? So if it's not the right star, then it wouldn't show, my balance wouldn't show up, right? So let's see, how much is that? That's about 300 bucks. Let's just take 100 bucks worth. Actually, I probably shouldn't sell the stars, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and first we have to enable. Now this is what kills you over on Uniswap and SushiSwap. Sometimes just enabling a coin for trading costs you like $50 in Ethereum gas fees, but not so on the Binance Smart Chain. It only cost me 15 cents to enable this coin for trading, and I don't mind that, right? But you just get killed over on Uniswap. First, you have to enable the coin, and then to make the trade, you get hit with another like $100 Ethereum fee. So Ethereum gas fees are for the birds, dude. That's why I'm playing around with Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, Polygon, all that good stuff. Right? We'll let that enable. Daedalus wallet is stuck. Okay, that approved. Let's go ahead and do this swap, and we'll talk about Daedalus. So it got approved, and now we should see this button light up, the swap button. Momentarily. Yeah, it looks like the pancake swap is pretty loaded tonight. Overloaded, so to speak. I don't know why the price of... Oh, see, here we go again. Oh, Lord in heaven. Okay, let's go back here. Wow. Okay. Go back here. We'll do $100, right? I got impatient. Okay, there. So it approved, right? But the swap button never lit up. But I farted around with it and got it in there. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's hit swap. Let's hit confirm. There we go. And let's hit confirm again and make this trade. You'll see the method to my madness here in a minute. Okay. Oh, it failed. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We might need to do this. Change this to 12. All right. Let's try that again. We'll see if that one goes through. Okay, that worked. All right. All right. So the point of all that was to get ourselves $300 worth of Binance US dollar. All right. So let's go back over to Binance, or I'm sorry, let's go over to crypto.com. And I want to put that Binance US dollar in my crypto.com account. So I'm going to tap. And I'm going to say I want to transfer some Binance US dollar into my crypto.com account. So I'm going to hit deposit. Right? And notice there, I've got ERC20 Binance US dollar, or I have Binance Smart Chain Binance US dollar. If you look, they're both the same. They're both the same address, right? So I could conceivably send it from either one, right? And it would, using the same address, it would know as it comes in which one it is, right? So let's see. I'm going to share the address with myself. Okay, I'll do it this way. Let's see. Right, let's send it to myself, which I've already done, actually. I'm just kind of showing you how this works. I don't want to type it in manually. That's prone to error. Right, so let's go over to this. I'm going to have to open up my email. There's the email. Boom. Right, there's the address I'm looking for. Right, we can get rid of that. Let's go here. We're going to go to MetaMask. We're going to go down to our Binance US dollar, wherever it is. There it is. We're going to do send, and we'll paste in that address. Now, I can eyeball it from here, right? If we look at the address, I don't know what that's all about. Oh, let's do this one more time so you can see it, right? There's the address, right? I can eyeball it from here and see, yeah, it's the same one, right? CB6F, right? And I'm going to send it all. Boom. We're just going to fly without a net right now. I would suggest doing a small amount, but I've done this, right? I know this is going to work. Let's hit this. Let's hit confirm. And away it goes. Now, this particular transfer took longer than I expected the first time I did it. So it doesn't take that long to confirm in PancakeSwap, or I'm sorry, in MetaMask, right? MetaMask it's on its way, right? But it might take a bit to actually arrive in Crypto.com. So we might have to just kind of leave that one hanging for a bit. Yeah, we're going to get an email from Crypto.com saying, hey, you got a pending deposit, right? But it's going to take a while. I don't know if it'll even get here before we're done. When I did it the other day, I waited for, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, and then I had to go somewhere. And by the time I got where I was going, I got the email. But that was 25 minutes later, right? So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Okay. So we did it, right? We made a few trades on Binance Smart Chain, and then we were able to take our Binance US dollar from our Binance Smart Chain wallet and send it directly over to our Crypto.com account, where once that arrives, I'll show you how to cash out instant. All right. Let's see. Let me double check to see where I'm at here. We did the add Polygon chain support to iOS version of MetaMask. Ooh, I'll do that, I guess. Okay. Daedalus wallet gets to main page, shows on my ADA, gets stuck syncing at 97%, then goes back to connecting page and never connects. Let's see here. Let's go here. Troubleshooting Daedalus Wallet 2021. I'm not that crazy about Daedalus Wallet lately. Seems to have lots of issues. I don't know why. Syncing mostly, because Daedalus Wallet syncs to the Cardano blockchain. It downloads the entire Cardano blockchain to your computer, or at least it tries to, right? So in so doing that, there are a lot of issues that can come into play there. Maybe your hard drive is almost full, right? Maybe your hard drive doesn't have room for the entire Cardano blockchain. Maybe your hard drive is fragmented or glitched or old or something. And that's part of the issue, right? I'm not bagging on your computer. I'm just saying that when you're dealing with the Daedalus wallet, you have all those issues come into play, because it's trying to download the entire blockchain onto your computer, right? Let's go ahead and see if I can launch it and see what happens. I think it's going to tell me that there's a new version out. It takes forever just to launch. Where'd it go? Okay, there it is. So that video that I did shows you how to delete. Oh yeah, see, it is the new version. Okay. Yeah, so we're probably never going to see it sync because it's going to download the latest version and it's going to like probably make me resync my entire hardware device back, which is also irritating, right? So when it downloads and installs a new version of the Daedalus wallet, 9 times out of 10, my hardware wallet is no longer synced, and I have to start from scratch and download the entire Cardano blockchain again, which I find very irritating. But let's see what happens. Oh, and it doesn't auto launch after you install it. What kind of customer service is that? I have to go click a link, or I have to go click an icon. Let's see what happens. So I wouldn't be so perturbed about the fact that it has to resync to my hardware wallet every time it downloads an update if these wallet updates occurred 3 or 4 times a year, but they don't. These wallet updates come out like every other month. So it's like every other month I have to deal with, this crazy, thing, right? I don't know if it's even going to connect or not, right? So sometimes you have to go into your app data folder in your C drive, in the users, in your app data folder, in roaming, and delete your Daedalus mainnet folder. Sometimes you have to do that in order to get this thing to work right. Yeah, see, this thing isn't even connecting, right? Now, I don't know if you're running a full-blown Daedalus wallet that you have a backup phrase for, but I use my Ledger device. I pair my hardware device to it, right? And it's much easier to deal with that because if Daedalus is not working, I can always go to adalite.io and connect my hardware device to a Lite wallet, which does not need to download the entire blockchain to my computer, right? I'll just click unlock with Ledger. Oh, I'm in the wrong app. All right, I need to make sure that I'm in the Cardano app before I do that. I would just go over to the Cardano app. It's there. Where is it? Oh, I see it. Okay, we hit both buttons. What's this guy doing? Still screwing around over here, huh? Not doing anything. Boy, it's just really frustrating wallet. I'm going to restart the Cardano node. See if that does anything. But while I'm waiting for all that, I can export my public keys. And access my Cardano immediately using Adalite. Right? I can send, receive, look at my balance. I always used to think of this as just kind of a B plan. Now it's kind of my A plan now. And Daedalus is the B plan. Because Daedalus is just so unreliable. I just have to say it out loud. Just not a big fan of Daedalus anymore. And it lowers my opinion of the entire Cardano project. That why do they have to update this wallet every month, right? Ledger Live updates too, but it's like it has inline updates and it doesn't whack your whole, system out every time you run an update. The Daedalus wallet is just like horrific. Yeah, that's not even. What can I say? But like I said, you could go through that, delete that app data folder and start over clean, but you'll have to re-download the entire thing. You'll have to re-download the entire Cardano blockchain. All that blockchain data is in that folder. Enough about Cardano, right? All right, so let's get this out of the way. Use Adalite to access the Cardano that's on your hardware device. Pretty easy. Still not. It's not even, it can't even stop the node. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I can't even quit. Okay. Where else were we gonna do? Leave it running. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it running. I'm gonna leave it running. It's gotta do something. Come on. See, now it's stuck in stopping mode. All right, let's see if I can quit. Yeah, I can't even quit. I'm gonna stop messing around with it before it hangs my whole computer. All right. Do I need to convert via bridge my ADA to fund Adalite? No. No. You don't need to convert it at all. If it's already on your, if you're pairing your hardware device to Daedalus, then you can easily access whatever Cardano you have stored on your hardware device. Now, if you're using a standalone Daedalus wallet that you created and wrote down a 24-word recovery phrase, you're kind of out of luck there, because you really don't want to use that phrase to act in Adalite, right? Adalite is, a web-based interface, and it's great if you've got your Cardano stored on a hardware device. But, and I've mentioned this many times. We've got Cardano stored on a hardware device. We can access it from Adalite. We can access it from Yori. We can access it from Daedalus, right? You have so many options if you've got your Cardano stored on a hardware device, right? Yori, Adalite, Daedalus. Daedalus. All right. Were those the same? Is that a different? Oh, it's 155 and 155. Oh, okay. So they're synced up. Same wallet. Just accessing the private keys that are stored on my hardware device. All right. Charles is in charge. Yeah. Oh, Barbara has ADA on an exchange, right? So there's no alternate chains for Cardano, right? If you have Cardano on Coinbase or Coinbase Pro, you can withdraw it directly into a Daedalus wallet or this wallet, right? So if I wanted to receive some Cardano and I just go over to my my Coinbase account, I have some ADA in here, right? Right. It has no problem with that wallet address, right? I can withdraw. There's no alternate chains for Cardano. There's only one. Yeah. So you could just directly withdraw it into this wallet. Let's see. Can one restore a Ledger Nano on a 3-year-old Ledger that comes first time out of the box? Can one restore a Ledger Nano on a 3-year-old Ledger Nano that comes first time out of the box? 3-year-old. No. So the problem is that 3-year-old Nano that you never opened is running an old version of the firmware that is too old to update to the latest version. So you're going to have to replace your device if you want to do that restore. You need a new device. And that's a big deal. It happened a lot this year. because people bought Cardano back in 2017, stored it on their ledger, and they put that ledger in a drawer for 3 years. And then when the next bull run came around in the early part of late 2020, early 2021, I had a lot of people telling me, hey, I just grabbed that ledger, was in a drawer since 2017, but I can't update to the latest firmware, right? Because you left it in the drawer for 3 years. Has to be updated periodically, unfortunately. Yeah, you're going to need a brand new device. Fixed my issue, got my ledger all up to date. Didn't even know I was too far behind. Thanks for the help, you guys. Oh, but it worked? I hope. Yeah. Let's see, where are we here? Oh, yeah, we were waiting for Crypto.com, but it still hasn't told me that... No, I haven't got the email that says I need... that I'm receiving that Binance US dollar yet. It might not have time. It may not arrive in my Binance, my Crypto.com account in time for me to show you what I. So I'll give it a minute or two, and then we'll move on. I used an old ledger, but I kept updating. Now it is possible that. Sometimes, you connect that old ledger to Ledger Live, and it won't say that it's 1.3. Whoops. Sorry. This thing. All right, come on. I went into an app like a dum-dum. All right. So it's possible that you were running 1.3 and then you connected this to Ledger Manager and then it said you need to update to 1.4. And so you run the update to 1.4 and then it said, hey, your firmware is up to date. And then 2 seconds later, it popped up again and said, oh, you need to update to 2.0, right? Sometimes you can get away with that. But most of the time, if you're too far behind, it won't do anything. All right. Oh, by the way, I bought some Bitcoin the other day when Bitcoin was down. I hope anyone that could afford to buy a little Bitcoin grab some on the dip, right? Not financial advice, but that's what I did. All right. Unfortunately, I guess we're not going to have time for that Crypto.com trick that I wanted to show you. But I can explain what I'm talking about. So let's just assume that my Binance US coin arrived, which it hasn't. And then I sold it. Now, unfortunately, Binance US dollar, you can only sell it for US dollar coin. It's kind of weird. But they don't charge you any fees, right? So your Binance US dollar becomes Binance US dollar coin. And then you can use that to top up your card, I think. Let's see. Yeah. US dollar coin is one of the eligible coins that you can use to top up your card. So you can top up your card, and so you've got a balance in your card. And then I can jump in my car, drive around the corner, and go to an ATM and withdraw cash directly, right? It's going to cost me $3 because the ATM is going to charge me $3 being a non-bank ATM card, right? But if I needed that $300 or close to it in cash right now, and I had I was on Binance, I was on PancakeSwap, and I said, hey, I got some Alice, I've got some Star token, I'm like convert some of that to like $300 worth of Binance US dollar coin, send it to my Crypto.com account, wait 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Sell the Binance US dollar coin for USDC, top up my card, go to the ATM, withdraw cash in hand. Then I can go pay my bookie or whatever, so I don't get my legs broken. I got my Bitcoin on a USB version of Electrum. Is that still a good option? It's encrypted. You made a video like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. You can still buy if it still works with Electrum, you should be fine, right? If you want to try and transfer it somewhere else. Hopefully you remembered your encryption password, right? You should be okay. But it would be better if you had a ledger device that was running the latest firmware. So you can order a new one and do the restore. And then after you've restored your ledger device, you install the Bitcoin app and then connect to your Electrum wallet, connect to your ledger device, enter your encrypted password, and have access to your Bitcoin. But you have to be careful with that kind of stuff, I think some people go overboard with the security, because I know a lot of people that encrypted paper wallets with a password or encrypted a hardware-based wallet with Electrum Bitcoin with one of those, encrypted passwords, and then they forgot their password. And they're stuck out, right? And I get a lot of people question, well, what happens if I forget my encrypted password? And I'm like, then you lost your crypto. So if you're meticulous, you know your password, and you just test it out. Open Electrum Bitcoin wallet, connect to your ledger device, make sure you have access to your funds. You should be fine, right? But if it's not connecting or something, it says the firmware is out of date or whatever, you can always try the restore. You got your 24-word recovery phrase. Restore your device, a new device, and then connect to Electrum, and it should be okay. I just went to the Ledger website and re-downloaded it. It was the latest version. Okay, so I think we're confused here between the firmware version and the version of Ledger Live. I'm sitting here spouting off about the Ledger firmware, and you're just asking me about the latest version of the software. I get a lot of... I know it's confusing. There's like a version of the software. There's a version of the firmware. There's a version of the app, right? And people get all confused. And I get people, they send me these long emails and they go, my Ledger Live is version blah, blah. My firmware is version blah, blah. The app tells me I'm running version blah, blah, which is the right version, blah, blah, blah. So I know it's confusing. But the answer to your question was very simple. And you found out exactly what you needed to do. If you can't update your Ledger Live to the latest version of Ledger Live, you can simply go to the Ledger website and download the latest version. The installer will be on your computer. You quit Ledger Live, run the installer, and you're running the latest version of Ledger Live. See here, me, Dan, and JDO all thought you were talking about firmware. At least I thought you were talking about firmware. Oh, both were out of date. Okay. That's why you should, periodically launch Ledger Live, make sure you're running the latest version of the software and the latest version of the firmware. Yeah. This is what happens. And then you get all your tech support people confused. Yeah, Bitcoin ATM fees are pretty high. I'm always updating the Electrum portable version. I have the 12-word seed phrase encrypted offline in a smart way. Good. So if I lose access to my USB drive with Electrum, it's not a problem. Good, good, good. Okay. Sounds like you're being meticulous and very thoughtful, very good, and mindful. Yeah, we were all thrown for a loop on that one. Yeah, I'm just not going to be able to show you guys the Binance US dollar coming into my Binance, my crypto.com account. I'm kind of disappointed there. That's too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to stop at 8 because we have reservations for a Korean barbecue restaurant downtown Grand Rapids. Hard to get into this place, man. We tried to go there at 4 p.m. last Friday, and they wouldn't take us. They were like, you don't have a reservation because we wanted a Korean barbecue table. We wanted to like cook right there on the table. So anyway, I couldn't get a reservation for Friday, so I said, "Hey, Saturday, let's do Saturday." And asked my wife, I said, "Do we have anything going on Saturday?" And she goes, "Yeah, your live stream." And I was like, "Oh yeah, okay." So they don't open till 4, so we couldn't really go at 4 because the live stream's at 6. It would have been a rush, so we made reservations for 9. And so I'm going to have to quit the live stream. Yes, Korean barbecue. I lived in Korea for like 3 years. Love Korean barbecue. Good stuff. So anyway, it's been great, guys. I hope I didn't lose too many people. I will go through the live stream probably tomorrow and look. And if you asked a question that I didn't answer, please send me an email. I've been doing pretty good with emails this week. My email is down here in the description, thecryptodad@gmail.com. I noticed a few people from the live stream have already emailed me, and I'll try to get to those tomorrow and get an answer to your question. But I've been doing this 2 hours. I'm not going to jump right in and answer your email right away, but I will do the best that I can. So once again, can we stream it? Yeah, barbecue. Thanks, everybody. I'm so happy that there are a lot of regulars that like to join the live stream, like Buddy and Scott and Mr. David and Mobile Android and and Dan and JDO, of course, the moderators, and Barbara. It's always great to have you guys here. RT3 Button, it's good to have you tonight as well. I hope I didn't, I think some of the questions fell through the cracks, guys. So I apologize for that. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. Don't forget we do this next week we're doing it on Friday. I forgot to mention, I put it in the description because we've got a Thanksgiving get-together next week. So next week, 6 p.m., Friday, don't forget. I'll schedule it right after probably tomorrow, so you guys won't wait till Saturday. You'll see it's coming Friday, 6 p.m. Right. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.